one, does anyone in the home or building where you live have a problem with you owning a dog?
Nope, just me, myself, and I.
Okay. And how many hours a day will the dog be left alone?
Well, let's see. I work in 8-hour shifts, so but I could be home for lunch. I will be home for lunch every day.
And have you ever owned a dog before?
No, but I did have a goldfish when I was 6.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly Boyle with TV Insider, and we are here with Andrea Brooks and Marcus Rosner from the upcoming Hallmark movie, Romance to the Rescue. So, can you introduce your characters, Kira and Kevin, for us?
I play a character named Kira, who's a pretty bold type A personality. She's very career-oriented. She winds up being entangled in this story, thanks to her friend who she works with, involving a story about a dog who's agility trained. This impresses her boss. And of course, Kira doesn't actually have a dog. So she runs out, tries to find the best dog as quickly as possible, which leads her to Kevin, who is the owner at a rescue shelter.
And I play Kevin. And I own the rescue shelter. Kevin's definitely a bit of an introvert, sort of hiding from interpersonal relationships through the love of all the dogs that he takes care of. And with his sister's encouragement and the sparks that fly when he meets Kira, he may just come out of that shell.
Great. So Kira is all about controlling her life through a plan. And the last thing on her list is to find the perfect partner. But do you think she's a little bit afraid to fall in love?
Oh, absolutely. I think any character like this is always overcompensating. And it's actually, once she finds the dog, that kind of opens her up to new possibilities in life. So yeah, absolutely, she's afraid of love.
Sure. And then why do you think Kevin is a little afraid to let people in? Do you think it's anything to do with how he sees, how frequently he sees people giving up their dogs?
Yeah, I think Kevin's the kind of person that that might have a lot more faith in the unrelenting love of the animals around him than in people that he's encountered, especially in the past. And there's some past insecurities there because of just personal reasons that he's dealing with. And so yeah, I think that he just avoids humans.
I mean, kind of understandable sometimes, you know. So what do you think Kira and Kevin can learn from each other?
Ooh, I think there's a lot that they can learn from each other by way of the dog. I think Kira is so high strung and so convinced that she's right all the time. And it's just nice to have a presence there who's kind of willing to listen, but then sort of encourage her to think in another way. Because yeah, their personalities are kind of starkly contrast in a lot of ways. And sometimes that's exactly what you need to balance each other out. And she learns that as the story progresses.
And what about Kevin?
Yeah. And I think that for Kevin, especially Kira, played by Andrea Brooks, is just this incredible energy and this ambitious character. And so I think that just rubs off on him in so many ways that bring him, out of his shell, which is the main thing that he needs in life, and then opens him up to possibly love.
Never know.
So Sam is like the prettiest dog I have ever seen.
Yes.
When it first popped up on screen, I was like, that dog is a model. Oh my gosh. So how fun was it to work with a pup on the movie?
It was amazing. And I agree. It's Sam, played by Nova, is the most photogenic dog of all time. And not only that, Nova is actually a real super dog. So Nova travels around and actually does dog shows and agility shows and is actually a famous dog, which makes sense when you see the movie. But it was super interesting. I learned so much about the agility world. I don't know. It was really interesting because this is a traditional Hallmark story, 2 characters falling for one another. They have a spark, but then there's this third party there at every given moment. So it was just a really fun character to play off of.
Yeah, the real star of the movie is the dog.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time. It's a really cute movie. Excited for everyone to see it. And everyone check out Romance to the Rescue, premiering Saturday, May 21st on the Hallmark Channel.